Hey there, HUD buds! This time around, we'll be showing you the ins and outs of our org sync page, showing you which professor is the best Smash player, and of course, giving a score to some of your favorite television shows, movies, and video games. It's all shown here on your heads-up display.
Look at me, Mario! Nobody's faster than me!
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Heads Up Display, your friendly neighborhood source of information for the latest and greatest in television, movies, and video games. I'm Stephanie Homeyer.
And I'm Casey Smith. Stephanie, have you ever wondered if the professors at Texas Tech are gamers in their spare time?
Yeah, I have thought of that. Wonder if they're any good.
Well, you'll get to see in our new segment, Professor Plays. To kick off our new segment, we're sending 4 professors into the ring and pitting them against each other for ultimate Super Smash glory. Also, we'll be learning a bit about what they're researching as well. Welcome to the main event, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get ready to rumble.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
That's right, ladies and gents, it's time for Professor Plays. In this corner, he's a media management scholar and entrepreneur who researches online and mobile media strategy, new business models, and much, much more. He's taught classes in media economics and entrepreneurship, professional communication, and mass comm research methods. Weighing in at a PhD in mass communication from the University of Georgia, Dr. Jeffrey Grabeel.
I fight for my friends! Boom! Got him! I'm Dr. Graybill. I teach media entrepreneurship and I research areas of media entrepreneurship, business models, startups, and I advise the Media Entrepreneurship Innovation Group here on campus that competes in a number of student startup competitions, so we're really excited about that.
In this corner, he focuses on experimental researching of psychophysiological and neurological responses to media. He's an assistant professor who's taught photography and the production of multimedia and digital media. Weighing in at a PhD dual major in mass communication and cognitive science from Indiana University Bloomington, Dr. Justin Key.
I'm really feeling it. My name is Justin Keene. I am a professor in journalism and electronic media. I'm also the director of the Cognition and Emotion Lab, which is why I have 2 random sensors around my neck. What we do in the cell is we try to better understand how humans process mediated messages, whether that's a drug prevention message or something like watching a football game on TV or listening to a football game on radio or whatever. So right now I have 2 doctoral students, a master's student, and about 5 undergrads that work for me. We also do a lot of outreach through CalU and a couple other things, so if it's something that interests you, you can definitely send me an email and I'd be happy to talk to you more about what we do, and you can come down and get a tour of our lab and everything. So.
And in this corner, she's a chief storyteller, digital fanatic, content ninja, and professor of PR at Texas Tech University. Her research interests are marketing, social media, networking, and more, weighing in at multiple undergraduate degrees in marketing, business, finance, and an MBA. Say hello to Lisa Dubois Lowe.
It's time to tip the scales! Hi, I'm Professor Lowe, and I'm currently teaching digital and online PR, as well as content PR. I'm also the faculty advisor for The Outpost, where there are great opportunities to volunteer to get real-world social media experience. So come see us at The Outpost.
Last but certainly not least, in this corner, he's the multi-published researcher of organization, public relationship management, and agenda building with the political communication context. He's the department chairman of public relations of a College of Media and Communication at your Texas Tech University, weighing in at a PhD from the University of Florida in mass communication, specializing in public relations. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Trent Seltzer.
The fight is on. I'm Dr. Trent Seltzer. I'm an associate professor in public relations. I'm also the department chair. I teach undergrad. I teach public relations campaign, graduate courses. I teach the PR problems and cases class and some special topics classes. I'm the advisor for RadarCom, the student firm. I'm the advisor for the Outpost, which is a social media lab, and I'm involved with a bunch of other fun stuff around here. Research-wise, I do PR broadly, relationship management, in political context specifically. I should probably do some research on how to play Smash Brothers because I'm not good at this.
Free-for-all!
I was at 101% for the record, which some people have made in my photo class.
Twice already.
Dude, will you have like a baby clears death or something?
Okay, you're all ringers because you're. I think Seltzer particularly.
300%.
No! Oh! Yes!
Up next, we've got our reviews for your favorite television shows, movies, and video games. We switched up the format from last episode, but the review criteria is the same.
We're taking a 1-2-3 approach this time around. 1 TV show, 2 movies, and 3 video games. Each review is scored by 5 categories, and each category has 2 possible points, with the highest total score being the precious 10 out of 10.
For television shows, we're looking at their story, continuity between episodes, immersion, filming/VFX, and acting.
For movies, we'll be analyzing their story, score, acting, visual effects, and cinematography.
Last but not least, for video games, we'll be looking at their graphics, replay value, story, sound, and gameplay.
Let's get started with our TV reviews.
What's up, everybody? I'm Will Courtney.
And I'm Jacob Hicks.
And here's our review for the new season of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's Always Sunny revolves around 5 egocentric friends that run an Irish pub in Philadelphia, who always seem to get into shenanigans. Each episode is its own ridiculous odyssey through off-kilter tasks that the gang tries to accomplish. Each character's wit, side-splitting dialogue, and running gags make this series a joy to watch, and the new season does not disappoint.
Even in its 10th season, It's Always Sunny's episodes are impossible to predict, which makes watching them from episode to episode all the more engaging. Despite the simple cinematography and effects, the hijinks that each uniquely hilarious character gets up to easily keeps the audience entertained.
To sum things up, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia makes us feel sunny, and we highly recommend this show.
We give It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia a 9.2 Fight Milk Crows out of 10.
I drink it every morning so I can fight like a crow.
Let's get out of the way. There we go.
Hey all, I'm Gage Garrett.
And I'm Chris Grubbs.
And we're going to cover two of our most favorite movies that we've seen in a while, Birdman and The Grand Budapest Hotel.
Birdman is a phenomenal film that centers on a middle-aged, washed-up actor named Riggin, who writes, directs, and stars in his own play so that he might find his peace of mind knowing that he mounted a huge comeback to his fame. Unfortunately for him, he combats challenge after challenge along the way. His family, difficult actors, his sanity, and his life stand in the way of Riggin finding his redemption. First of all, I love this movie. It wins everything. Hands down, it just wins. In my mind, it wins every award possible. The acting features remarkable performances from Michael Keaton as Riggin, and every supporting actor brings something special to the table. My favorite performance goes to Zach Galifianakis, who played a sensible, down-to-earth character this time around compared to some of his more previous and bizarre roles. The score, camera work, and effects sucked me into Riggin's distraught mind and never let me out until the credits rolled. Each facet of the cinematography and the music only added to remarkable acting performances and made a story come to life. If I could give this movie a 3 out of 2 for each category, I would. But I can't, so we give Birdman 10 bird calls out of 10.
That's what I'm talking about. You're Birdman. You are a god.
The Grand Budapest Hotel is a wild romp of a film that follows the charismatic Gustav and his lobby boy, Zero Mustafa, on numerous stories and wild escapades that are all full of clever jokes, banter, and great performances. The score, composed by Alexander Desplat, excuse my pronunciation of that, I butchered it, reflects the movie beautifully, in that it is always moving, just like the film itself. Wes Anderson has directed this movie in such a remarkable way, it makes each story fast-paced and fraught with hilarity. The cinematography is top-notch, which is great because the fast-paced jokes and snappy dialogue call for equally snappy camera work. The acting isn't something to be glossed over either. Each character is unique and interesting. Each scene is engaging in its own way, and each exchange is well thought out and hilarious. Like I said before, I can't recommend this movie enough. Grand Budapest Hotel gets 9.5 lobby boys out of 10.
Why do you want to be a lobby boy?
Who wouldn't? At the Grand Budapest, sir.
Hey everyone, I'm Riley Dees.
I'm Nathan Kirksey.
And we'll cap off this episode's reviews with our thoughts on these 3 great games: Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, Goat Simulator, and Far Cry 4.
Even though we covered it in our previous episode, Super Smash Bros. Is back and ready for more, this time on the Nintendo Wii U. The closest thing to a story this game offers is its classic mode, which puts your character through multiple stages until fighting Master Hand, Crazy Hand, and finally the Master Core if you beat the game on a high enough difficulty setting. If that isn't enough story, then the game leaves plenty of space for the multitudes of stories you'll create playing this game with friends. The sounds of this game are superb, and each hit you land and each stage you visit holds your attention effortlessly. The graphics are great as well. Practically every one of Nintendo's beloved characters are designed beautifully, each stage is visually stunning, and the combat creates splashes of color and shine that drive each match forward. The gameplay is that of a massive fighting game that is so responsive and easy that anyone can pick up and play, but it takes years to master. Just look at the competitive scene of the Smash games. The game effortlessly encourages replay value as it can support 8 players on one screen, making it a must-have game for any party. This game is a joy to pick up every time I play it. We give Super Smash Bros. For Wii U 9.5 Game Ons out of 10.
Game on!
Come at me.
Goat Simulator is a game that looks bad aesthetically, but what it contains in its gameplay is great. Just great. The graphics and sound both contribute to the story of this game, which is just you as a goat running wild through the town, headbutting people and seeking a trampoline to bounce on, or doing whatever you want to. The times that you spend in this wacky world won't be easily forgotten. Whether it's destroying a warehouse with multiple headbutts, flying majestically or not so, through the air with a jetpack, and automatic pitching machine, or sliding down a ramp into a gas station that explodes with the subtitle reading Michael Bay as the scoring action. Goat Simulator never ceases to amaze me when it comes to the question, what ridiculous things will I stumble upon today, game? This adds so much to the replay value, since at the very beginning of each session, all of the headbuttable things are stacked nice and tidy, awaiting the calamity that is a goat being controlled by the cruel 5-year-old inside of all of us. We give the Goat Simulator 5.5 bahs out of 10.
Far Cry 4 gives us another dive into brilliantly made locales and vistas that are seething with corruption and violence. The story revolves around AJ Gale, or Ajay Gale, coming back to the land of his ancestors, Kyrat, to bury his mother's ashes and fulfill her final request, to take her back to Lakshmana. Interesting story or not, soon as the game sets you free to wreak havoc on the Himalayas, as everywhere you look contains amazing mountain scenes that portray an awesome sense of scale and contain realistic, huntable wildlife, dangerous terrorists, charismatic villains, and eccentric NPCs. Replayability is encouraged because of an added online play option, multiple endings, and a permadeath feature that all radically change the way the game is played. The controls are responsive and snappy, the sound is epic when it needs to be, and the world is vast and explorable. If you enjoyed the previous installment, then you'll be in heaven, and if you haven't picked up a Far Cry game before, this installation is good as ever in an already great series. We give Far Cry 4 8 crab rangoons out of 10.
Terrorists, right? Now, please, stay right here. Enjoy the crab rangoon. Don't move. I will be right back.
Well, that about wraps up this episode of Heads Up Display. Thanks for watching. If you want to stay up to date on meetings, read written reviews, check out personal projects of our staff, or become one of the staff, look us up on our OrgSync page. The address is ttu.orgsync.com/org/headsupdisplay-show.
Our OrgSync page is where you'll find many fun projects like Engage Podcast, that's made up of our very own Gage Garrett and Josh Ingard. This season has just started out, so expect more awesome things to come.
We hope you all enjoyed watching. We can't thank you enough for it. That's all for now. Until next time, I'm Stephanie Homeyer.
And I'm Casey Smith.
And this is Heads Up Display.